Is whitewater rafting dangerous? Well, I would say yes and no. It really depends on where you go. Personally, I've only ever been whitewater rafting one time. Okay. Thanks for ruining my shot, champ. Personally, I've only ever been whitewater rafting one time, and I went in Colorado with my cousin and his friend Nick, who was a guide there, and we did the intermediate route, and it was a lot of fun. Personally, I wish it had been more intense. It just wasn't enough action for me. But, I am someone who enjoys extreme sports and dangerous stunts, so, it could definitely be enough action for the average individual. So when we went, there was some, average Joes on the trip with us that rode with us, and they were able to do it just fine. It wasn't anything too crazy for them. One thing that stood out to me though was at the very beginning, before we got into the rafts, during the safety talk, they kind of made it sound like we could die, like there was all kinds of rules and safety procedures that were just really intense. Like, one thing is, if you fall out of the raft, you cannot stand up in the river. Like, the last thing you want to do is stand up, because what happens is you're going to get your foot caught in between some rocks, and then the force of the river rushing by is gonna push your body down. Your foot's caught, your body gets pushed down, and then you're just stuck and you drown. So that was really scary. I'm glad that I didn't fall out, but we did have someone fall out on one of our boats. It was an older gentleman, kind of a larger gentleman, and I didn't see him fall out, but I heard about it whenever they caught up to us. He had fallen out, and I guess they had pulled him back in, and he was okay, just a little cold. It's really cold. That river water is melting snow, of course. But, he made it. He made it safe. And the thing about these trips is they usually do, 3 or 4 boats. So if you fall out and you don't get picked back up by your boat, you're gonna get picked back up by a boat behind you, so they do that for safety reasons, of course. So all in all, if you're going on a guided rafting trip, those guys, they know what they're doing. They've got all the safety equipment required. They've got all the training required. They live out there on that river. Literally, people will camp out, live out of their tents, out of their vans. They live on that river day and night. So you can trust them. They know what they're doing. River rafting is a ton of fun. I don't remember the specific company that I went with when I was in Colorado. We were just kind of there hanging out with the group, with the squad. It was my cousin's buddy Nick that was guiding there, and we just hung out. And all in all, I would say that whitewater river rafting is not dangerous. Especially if you have the option to do a beginner or intermediate course, which personally, next time I go back, I'm gonna hit that advanced course because I need a little more action in my life. But there's options for people who are a little more timid, for sure, and it's a fun experience that you can enjoy with the family. Maybe not the young ones, but mom and dad. You can take mom and dad, brother and sister on a rafting trip, and you can really have a lot of fun. That's definitely one of those really good things to do in Colorado. When you're searching, when you're going to Colorado, you're planning your vacation, you're like, things to do in Colorado. That's something to do for sure. It's an unforgettable experience. I definitely can't wait to go back. I'm more of a Colorado in the winter type of guy because, I like to snowboard. But if next time I'm back in the summer, I'm definitely going to hit up the rafting company and go rafting again because that was just a lot of fun. But yeah, I hope I answered some questions that you guys might have had. If you have any more questions about rafting or my experience rafting, I do have a whole video, West Coast Road Trip Part 6, where it's just 10 straight minutes of us rafting if you really want to see what that looks like. A little less cut up and a little less edited than in this video. But yeah, if y'all have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching, y'all, and I will see you in the next video.
Stay with me. We can't let this go, you see. I'm up in arms. Can't you see what's really going on?